I was diagnosed with autism when I was born, and there's a spectrum really of autism. So you see these two fingers here. One end is really autistic, the other end is not autistic. And on this line, you could be like, or I don't know how to do this, but let's just say over here, or like just here, that's like, really autistic. But if you're over here, like in this little area here, you're still autistic, but not as much. Like for me, I'm like just on the edge of having like no autism. Like when I go up to people and stuff, I really shouldn't really tell them, but I'll be like, do you think I'm autistic? I'm not gonna say that, but like, I'm autistic. Do you think I'm autistic? And I'm like, they'll be like, no, you sound normal. So it doesn't really like affect me when I'm, what's it called? Being a normal person, I guess. But there are some like, I wouldn't say side effects, but there are some moments where my like autism kicks in, like especially when it's like a big something really bad happens or something good happens, and I have like no empathy at all. Like either it's just me and my mindfulness just isn't good, but my empathy is just little. Like when something bad happened to my sister, I didn't really feel like any empathy at all. I'm not a psychopath, relax. But it's like as if I well, for other autistic people, that we don't like really feel love. Like yes, there'll be moments where we'll smile a lot, then after that, just like move on and stuff really. I don't know how to really like talk about this. Like I would say I haven't fully explored my autism yet. Like when it's like a social event, I feel like it'll kick in a bit. Like social anxiety, everyone's looking at you and everything. Like I'm learning to what's it called? Be better in those situations and actually talking to people and that. Like I was at a party I think a month ago, and I didn't know anyone really there except the guy who was having his party and probably two other guys. So I went up to everyone else and introduced myself, made good friends with them, and got their socials when I did have social media. So there was one guy who was pretty quiet. His name was Gabriel. He was a cousin from the guy who was having his birthday. It was his cousin, and he drove like 3 hours away from here, I think, like somewhere near up north, I think, in Victoria. Always from New South, but anyway, and he was pretty quiet with everyone, but like I would say I was like the first one to actually like spoke to him and asked him like what his interests were and stuff. Like it did feel a little awkward after that, like after I said my stuff, but when we were like dancing and shit, like after the party, but during the party, he was like mostly close towards me, like because I actually created a connection with him. Like I didn't really feel that, but like after a couple of days, I'm like, oh okay. But like obviously for him, he recognized me sort of, and turns out I think the same guy, the birthday guy, he had another birthday I think when 5 years ago I think. We were doing paintball, and turns out all of those guys, well I'd say half of them, were at his party 5 years ago, and I didn't know any of them like until now. Like Gabriel, Loz, birthday boy, what is it? Justin. Don't want to say what's his name, but like I completely forgot about them. Now I know them. Like I'm let's say I'm good friends with them. I haven't spoken to them since the party, but if I do meet them again, it'll be good fun. I think the best thing you can do if you are autistic is by sending grateful messages to people, like saying, "Oh, I'm grateful for you and grateful for what you've done in my life," and all that. It can be sent to anyone, but you would want to most likely do it to close friends and family, which I done to like 7, 8 other people close to me. Like obviously people's birthdays as well, you'd want to say happy birthday and everything. Like really, when you do that to a chick, there'll be like 100 other fucking guys and girls saying it to her. And then you know for a guy it'll be like a fucking 10 people. And when you send those grateful messages, I remember that. Like I just came back from holiday and yesterday was my grandpa's 80th, which we stayed at his house for the whole week in Queensland. And he had a speech written up. And in that speech he said, "Oh, I'm going to read out a message that my nephew Bailey sent to me a couple months ago." And I was like completely shocked, like holy shit, like what the fuck? It's like as if my heart sank, like dropped, like just shit myself. And he read it out. He was getting misty eyed, like he didn't full on cry. Like he's a man, I guess, but people do remember. Like you may not notice it, but others will. Like if you keep on sending grateful messages, it will sink in their head like, "Oh, Bailey sent that to me. He remembered me. He's good man, I guess." And always at events as well, like birthday parties and all that, always give gifts. Because people just rock up with no gifts and only bring drinks. Dickheads. Like my mum taught that for me, like to always give gifts to people. And there was a party around, it was either April or March. Doing another video after this, but there was a party in April, and she was one of the popular girls, and all the popular friends of hers, her friend group basically bought one phone case all together. It was some expensive case, and you all chipped in for that for one thing. Out of the 10 people, they had one thing to give to her. Like, yes, it's a gift, but come on. I gave everybody candles and chocolate, and well, she loved it. I reckon she liked it more than the fucking phone case. I guess I wasn't really close to her, but what's it called? She does my mum's. It's either eyelashes or eyebrows. I think it's eyelashes, and obviously I think she just invited me because of my mum. But I remember I think a couple of years before that I was invited to that because I asked another chick who got me into it, and you just got to be kind to others, be gracious to others as well. Like I feel like I have to learn to be gracious to others as well. Being not gracious, generous to others as well. You'll create more friends. But obviously, if you're around the people who aren't grateful for your generosity, probably don't be generous towards them, really. Hope this video helped you. If there's any autistic people watching this, like, we're relatable and all that. I could have missed some points that I spoke about, but there's one thing that I forgot to speak about. If you are autistic, well, relatable, like I said before, but we may be, what's it called, genetically weak-minded, I guess. Maybe it's just me. Like, I can learn to improve that. We can learn to improve that, but we are soft in our head. Anything loud or anything confrontation, we shit ourselves. Like, that's for me. But we can still learn to improve that. Just don't use your, I won't say illness, but don't use any disability, illness as an excuse. Really. Live life to the fullest. Don't use it as an excuse. Be the person like, oh, he has autism, but he still got the job done. Oh, he has one leg, but he still ran a fucking business. He's blind, but he still got shit done. Be different. You just gotta be different. It's okay to be different. You have to be comfortable with being different. You don't want to be indifferent. You have to be comfortable with being different. That's all it is, just giving no fucks about anyone around you and only giving fucks about what you care the most about.